The arena goes dark. The time has come for the final match. A stagnant, mad heat fills the pitch-black ruin. Whoops. What was that? The text, the judgment, scrolls across the LCD screen. The audience explodes. Oh, Kagome is here too. At some point, Kagome appeared next to me. Her darker than black hair spills over my shoulder. Entertainment needs to be as straightforward as possible. I never understand what the important people are thinking. It's just a rumor. They say the gigs are making the sacrifice as part of an agreement with the Round Table. They plan to judge the sinner before the eyes of the masses before anyone else imitates him. In exchange, the Round Table will continue to ignore them. The same as with Jack the Ripper, this is the group's solution for maintaining order. If that rumor is true, how does Nanase feel about this? Did she continue objecting to the very end, just like last time? They're letting a murderer take care of another murderer. Am I that inhuman? It doesn't make me happy. That doesn't feel real. Is that a real difference? The final match begins. Behind the metal fence, 2 gate lights appear. And here we have Nomad. One of them produces a pentagruel, Nomad. Let's see what type Macbeth is. It's a dragon, isn't it? It is. The other is Macbeth, like Babylon, it's a Georgios. Oh yeah, that's right, the dragons are called Georgios. A clash of heavyweights. The odds are 7-3, Nomad is considered the favorite. Which makes sense, Nomad's leveled up more. However, as a Georgios, Macbeth should have higher base stats. Georgios avatars tend to excel at both attack and defense, as well as have powerful special abilities. On the other hand, Nomad is a typical pentagruel. Its greatest weapon is its left arm, which is extremely powerful, but it definitely didn't start out that way. So even when you take their levels into account, the gap in power isn't as huge as most people seem to think. If there is a gap, it's not power, but their ways of being. Just like I said to Yoshimori. What's terrifying about Nomad is that it doesn't show the slightest shred of hesitation to kill human beings. It snatches lives away like it's part of its day job. It's a true murderer. Humans can't match monsters. Rationality and conscience aren't enough to slay them. Thus, this match comes down to one single point. Macbeth's hidden power, the Mad Dragon still hasn't shown its special ability. Will that and Nishiogi's brutality be enough to match the monstrosity of Nomad? That's the key to this fight. I clench my sweaty fists. I've never felt this agonizing tension. The life exposed out there isn't mine, nor is it that of a complete stranger. I've met and interacted with that human being. Her sharp murmur brings me back to reality. As Kagome said, the dragon just made the first move. Nomad isn't moving. Just like its last fight, Nomad's strategy is to wait. Waiting without moving an inch, watching for that momentary opening where it can make that lance connect, like the fangs of a venomous snake. On the other hand, Macbeth's aim is clear. It's moving in early, closing the distance to remove the advantage of Nomad's long lance. The dragon's fangs tear into the enemy. Thereafter a melee fight. Macbeth closes in. Nomad strikes back. Its enormous left arm swings horizontally. Without any hint of play or performance, the lethal lance shoots out. A blue flash like a shooting star, it changed direction. Bino's expression is closest to the truth. It wasn't deflected, the lance's trajectory was warped. The lance of death flows off into the void. Macbeth takes its chance when that long arm is fully extended. The steel dragon charges forward. But Nomad's lance returns at the same high speed. They're both within arm's reach now. The lance returned in time. The lethal spear shoots toward its target once again. At that moment... What was that? An irritating noise echoes. The metal fence encircling the combat area is twisted, cut apart, and dragged up into the air like a silly putty in a giant's hands. They fly toward Nomad. The accelerating metal assaults the enormous creature. The huge beast is blown backward. No. That's the Avatar's power. Our Babylon can control gravity. Macbeth can control electromagnetism. It used an enormous electromagnetic field to instantly magnetize its target. Its lance was bent away by a magnetic field of the opposite polarity. This is the first time anyone's seen Macbeth's special ability, and it's strong enough to defend against Nomad's attacks. In response, Nomad holds out its lance. It starts rotating. The rotations produce a spiral, a whirling air current. Macbeth can control metal with the invisible hands of electromagnetism, but Nomad can produce blades of air. That's the Blue Champion's special ability. Nomad's revolving lance creates a spiral barrier, both a spear and a shield. Macbeth's magnetic bullets are torn apart one after the other by the swirling air. As Nomad deflects the storm of metal, it advances forward once again. Macbeth decides to change tactics. It stops the storm of metal and makes its own steel body rise instead by magnetizing the ground. Launch. The Mad Dragon is released in Nomad's direction. It's fast. Macbeth shoots forward faster than any Georgios can normally move. Nomad remains stoically unfazed even as the Mad King flies in its direction. This is bad. It's too calm. This is reckless, Yoshimori. A technique like that must use up a lot of magic. Macbeth stopped using its electromagnetic attacks very quickly. If it tries any other special moves after this, it's sure to run out of magic in no time. And yet... Nomad waits patiently. Macbeth generates the same defensive field that redirected the lance earlier. That electromagnetic shield deflected the lance of death. Can they really pull that off again? Considering how hard it is for connectors to control that kind of avatar and how much magic it probably has left, it's likely that Macbeth is making a huge gamble right now. Like the witch said, it's betting it all on this attack. If Macbeth can deflect the lance one more time, it wins. If not... I silently whisper her name, Yoshimori. Macbeth leaves a trail of dust in its wake, charging forth like a tsunami. Nomad aims its lance at the dragon, a frozen stance filled with heightened bloodlust. Nomad just stands there, as if forcing itself to endure the weight, and remains motionless despite the charging enemy. Certain death lies 1 second in the future. The stoic giant almost seems to be yearning for it. They collide, the dragon and the giant crash together. The lance burns blue. Macbeth forced Nomad to swing its lance of certain death not once but twice. There will be no third time, everyone believes that as Nomad's lance flashes. Destructive sounds within the light, the dragon's right arm breaks through the ceiling. Macbeth roars. The lance penetrated its shoulder. Its splintered steel shoulder took the full brunt of the attack. Nomad can't pull it back out. Its ultimate weapon is stuck to the metal shoulder like a barnacle. The magnetic bullets from earlier. Those weren't just projectile weapons to damage Nomad. It afflicted the majority, but a handful clung to it like an undying grudge. Either they or the sheer acceleration behind Macbeth's attack caused the attack to miss. The dragon and giant are now connected by that lance. Neither can run away. The dragon's jaws dig into the giant's throat. The giant trembles, but not from impending death. Macbeth's eyes fill with an even more powerful glow.
強力な自戒を行使している。あのまま決める気だ。
Tearing, tearing, tearing. It dissects parts of the steel giant it isn't even touching. An invisible magnetic storm assaulting Nomad's entire body. The giant shakes more and more. Its joints creak. Its armor warps. The undefeated champion is wailing. They're going to win. Macbeth, Yoshimori. Nomad's left arm pierces through Macbeth and out into empty space. It wanders through the air like a beast swinging its tail as it dies. Pity passes through Benio's eyes. The dying giant, that's all anyone can see right now. Until the moment when the left arm disconnects. Pandemonium! Screams can be heard in the back of the crowd. The enormous steel lance flew into a corner of the building outside the arena. Something sticky and red covers the cold, shining metal surface. Metal being ripped apart, the giant is trying to break the bonds holding it in place. All who hear it feel chills. Nomad is free from Macbeth's fangs.
狙ったな。
She says, as if the match is over. Kagume's black eyes lack even the slightest emotion. I look back at the fight. This time, Macbeth really is out of options. It used too many special abilities in a row. It has barely any magic left. It won't be able to fight properly. Macbeth doesn't even move. Wait, no. It looks like a toy with the dead batteries. Its movements are unnaturally heavy. It's struggling just to stay standing.
接続不良というよりフリーズ急に処理が重くなったようにも
The one-armed giant walks toward the broken dragon.
今飛んでいった槍でマクベスの接続者本体が何人かやられたな。
Well, shit.
奇跡的な偶然だな。
Steel monsters, avatars, have no human expressions, but we can still clearly see it. Nomad is ready to finish its kill. It swings up its remaining right arm like a sledgehammer. It crushes the numb, defenseless dragon. With each swing, the armor crumbles and the body warps. The avatar is being literally taken apart. The humans connected to it are being killed. It continues dismantling Macbeth until nothing but pieces remain. A simplistic, persistent, complete slaughter. Now they're dead. Yoshimori, Nishiogi, whoever wasn't killed by the lance, all 5 people connected to that dragon.
どうした？顔色が悪いぞ。
I shouldn't be worried about this. Her stabbing gaze isn't consoling me, but rather seeing through me. I want to get rid of these inexpressible emotions. I want to tell Kagume everything and have her look down on me scornfully. I want her to tell me it's stupid. I want her to tell me it's not even worth thinking about. It's an unforgivable wish. If you break a promise with someone, you can make up for it. But that someone is gone now. Which is why I can't tell anyone. Not Ayaya, not Kagume, not anyone. Especially not Benio. I can't tell them yet that Yoshimori was one of Macbeth's connectors. A sharp gaze shoots through me as I stand alone. The death goddess invites me amidst the mad heat of the roaring crowd. "4 a.m. Isalon is already closed. I used the spare key the owner gave me to get inside. Lights flicker on in the bar before dawn.
悪かったかな。わざわざ店を開けさせて。
You asked for a quiet place with no one around, so it was either this or a love hotel. I left Kagume and the others at the arena. I went downtown after receiving the silent goddess's invitation, but in the end I came here.
私は別に構わないが、
No, it's fine. I felt like drinking anyway.
まるで焼け酒のようだね。
A thin smile as if to say she understood everything. I focus on what's in front of me. Is whiskey okay?
いいね。いただくよ。
2 glasses on the counter. I pour amber fluid into them straight.
マッカランか。嫌いじゃない香りだ。
And it's 40 years old. Make sure you savor the taste. A bottle from the owner's secret stash, which he's never going to sell. You could probably buy a car for one of these bottles. We touch glasses, the sound of a bell. A commune vanished tonight.
ああ、
One of the members was a girl I helped a while back. I couldn't do anything for her this time. I hate unfortunate women. Even that little wish won't achieve anything here. Every dream we have in this gentle kingdom is easily shattered. Should I have used Babylon to try and save Macbeth? Should I have trampled all over the rules of that duel and the fact that they'd agreed to fight to the death? And risk making enemies out of the Round Table and the gigs? If I did that, I wouldn't be feeling self-loathing over the fact that I just watched Yoshimori die without doing a thing. In exchange, I'd have put Benyo, Mayuki, Haru and Izawa into a hopeless situation. We are a commune, we aren't allowed to live or die alone.
自分を責めているのか。
I'm not that self-centered.
賢明だね。
I do have one question. Maybe you aren't the person to ask, but...
最後の逆転劇か。
She does understand everything, or so her voice implies. So you knew Nomad was targeting Macbeth's connectors directly?
ブルーブック。
What? Tori mutters without any lead-ins.
その
Lead-in.
名前は知っているな。
A communist urban legend.
実在する。
The Blue Book, a list of connectors' personal information said to be maintained by the Round Table. Well, when I first heard about it, I assumed it wasn't as innocent as a class roster. The Round Table. They're good at keeping up appearances, but there's a lot of holes in their operation. The biggest one, how naive they are. They try to control humans through morals rather than rules.
コミュニティは大きくなった分だけ悪意も呼び込む。誰かがそれを利用することを思いついた。リストに記される項目が増えていった。
So they got rid of it to ensure that never happened, but a lot of people think it's still around. And you're saying it is?
マクベスも最初はラウンドに加盟していたコビだ。
Oh really? Can't underestimate rumors. So what Nomad did to Macbeth is no different from what I did to Karasuma Tetora.
で、少年。今後のことを聞きたいな。
She wets her lips with amber fluid and looks at me with black eyes. Familiar memories, a distant voice. I'm not the type to take revenge. We weren't that close anyway.
賢明だね。
Those words again, that smile again, a predestined loop. But it's helped me make up my mind.
腹？
I'm prepared to fight Nomad.
復讐は柄ではないんだろう。
I won't be.
矛盾した話だ。
I get the feeling I won't be able to avoid fighting it if I try to keep moving forward. To use some of your words, no matter what anyone does.
道を降りるという選択肢は
The girl who died today probably wanted to do just that, but she didn't have a choice. We are a commune, prisoners bound to a steel monster. We can't escape that, no matter where we go. Seeing that made me realize just how true that is. It's a waste of time worrying about things I can't change. I need to settle for something I can do. I can't escape, just as Yoshimori Minato couldn't.
いいね、少年。いかにも満というところじゃないか。
Her vermilion lips smile. I feel irritation as well as another emotion. Are we all dancing in the palm of your hand or something?
手のひらの上
A comical expression as if she is genuinely surprised.
私は歯車に過ぎないよ。
The people who truly understand that are usually the most powerful.
倒壊しているわけじゃない。この世はあらゆる意味で多層的だ。私を歯車たらしめているものもまた何かの歯車として存在している。そういうものさ。
There's something I've wanted to ask you for a while.
何かな？
What do you want from me? What do you want to make me do?
何も？
She chugs the amber alcohol like it's nothing. Nothing?
そう。何かが起きる前に退場してもらいたい。 信じてもらえないだろうが、私は君を気に入っているのさ。
Familiar memories, a distant voice, my heart constricts. We can't. There's one guy in our commune who will never back down. If we try to force it, we might end up fighting each other. He's just like that. Besides, I have no intention of quietly backing out after all this.
なら、間引いてしまえばいい。
I feel an iron taste from those words. Get rid?
5が4になるだけの話さ。コミュの戦力は落ちるだろうが、そもそも降りるのだから問題ない。
Hisoka Tori came from the edge of the world, so our rules mean nothing to her. So, a memory lying somewhere painful and deep, facial features that don't quite match. My heart is almost bursting. You were telling me to kill? Again? Tori's expression neither confirms nor denies.
だからどうした？そいつは親友か？家族か？恩人か？
None of the above. Our relationship is nothing at all. We are just a commune.
それとも死神の言葉には載せられない？マクベスのように。
Poison is added to her smile. My brain grinds to a halt, searching for the meaning of those words. What did you...
西荻と言ったか。奴は破壊と力に飢えていた。だから背中を押してやった。
Macbeth's violence crossed the line. Hasekura Tori lit the fuse. So everything happened just as you wanted. Tonight's match probably won't be the end of this. If you level up, your odds of winning go up, and everyone knows the one and only way of leveling up. Prize money from the gigs is all the motive they need. The gigs' rules have a huge self-defeating contradiction.
目が怖いな。らしくもない。
She's right. A stupid man let his stupid desires destroy him. He took 4 others with him. So it's your fault that Yoshimori died.
さっきの言葉と矛盾してるじゃないか。なぜ憤る？それにたぶらかされたのは男さ。君の知り合いはその悪い男に巻き込まれただけだ。ありがちな物語だ。そうだろう？
I hate you because everything's going the way you wanted to. A black emotion stirs up inside of me. Warped heat scorches my brain. I'm not grieving for Macbeth. I'm jealous. She shouldn't have given anyone else that knife.
どうした？
Tori's gaze overlaps with the face in my memory. A childish, possessive urge races through me. My glass falls over. The amber fluid flows out. Before I realize it, I've leaped over the counter and pushed Tori to the ground. My emotions won't stop overflowing. An insane heat that I don't understand. I turn into a beast. Are you serious right now? He's not gonna rape her, is he? Tori falls backward under my body weight. The smell of the floor wax, the heat and smell of her body. My breathing is pained. My lungs feel like they want to break through my ribs and fly around. The front of my jeans is so taut it's painful. I grab her arms with one hand, pinning them up above her head. They're more slender than I expected. She resists, but I hold her down. Shouldn't she be able to easily free herself? I mean, she killed an avatar all by herself.
怒ってるのか。
She looks up at me. I see something in her like fear. Fire pours into whatever it is that's making me do this. Get your hands off there. He really just raped her. Was that really necessary? Maybe that's supposed to show you how screwed up Akihito really is, huh? I relish in the lingering sensation and the smell of the woman's sweat and hair as if drifting on gentle waves. The violent heat leaves me. The beast that was moving me until just a moment ago vanishes as if it never existed. Tori remains sprawled out on the counter. I just forced her to have... No, I raped her. Between guilt and bafflement, I can't find any words to say to her.
さて、
What? She turns around to face me.
余韻に浸ってるところすまないが。
She sounds pretty normal. She's just as expressionless as before.
足りたならそのどいてもらえるとありがたい。まだ十分でないなら続けてもらって構わないが。
Sir, no, sir! I separate from her at the speed of light. Tori puts her underwear back on lazily with the face of a casino dealer that just finished a day's work. That behavior stimulates my carnal desires again, but right now there's no time for that.
まあ正直面食らったがな。君の熱くて青いパッションはしっかりと受け止めさせてもらった。
It seems like she doesn't even care that she just got raped. What? A super deformed Mayoki appears in my mind.
はめられましたね、秋人さん。これはいわゆる誘い受けというやつです。
Begone, delusion! That was so stupid of me. This woman can tear avatars apart with her bare hands. I should have realized something was wrong when she didn't throw me off. Oh, so she actually wanted that to happen? But Akihito didn't know that. So what he did is still wrong.
そのなんだ無断で中に出したということはそれなりの責任は取るという解釈でいいのかな。そうか。では君の今後に関しては私の意見も聞いてもらえるということだな。
Adults are so mean. I want to get on a motorcycle and ride off into the night.
そう落ち込むな。私だって久しぶりだったんだ。それなりに気持ちよかったさ。
How old is she? That Spartan smile removes any joy I might have gotten from that statement. Okay, I'm gonna close the bar now.
焼肉でも食べに行くか？
That seems very committing. The new heart at dawn. I feel like tears are in my eyes when I see the morning moon.